Well, first off, it's very important for us to get our legs back because especially as receivers, we play a lot of offense, we run a lot of routes, and then we also play a lot of special teams. So you can easily get in that like 10,000 yard range, which can start taking toll on you for sure. And then, sorry, what was the first one?
The pressure of being the team leader and developing that room.
Yeah, I mean, coming with Caden, like, you know, if you're another receiver, you can think like, oh, like, you know, he's going to come, only throw him the ball, like, whatever. I think quickly they realized, like, that is not the case. A lot of games, when Caden first started playing, like, a lot of guys had their career high in catches. Like, he's going to spread it out there. And, yeah, in terms of being a leader, like, I've always been, you know, more of a quiet guy in the group. I never was the number one, per se, or the oldest guy, so I never had to have that role. But that's one thing McCarthy and Chris Carter really want me to take on. But I also got to stay true to myself. And, like, you know, if I'm managing everybody else, I don't have enough time to, you know, really focus on myself. So I think our room is really great across the board where nobody really needs me telling them what to do or how to do things all the time. Everyone handles their business like pros, so that makes it easy for me.
You and Caden obviously both come over from Western Kentucky. Can you describe your connection with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's my best friend first. You know, for 3.5 years now, he was literally the first kid I met down in Bowling Green, Kentucky, day one when I moved in the dorm. So, yeah, but then, you know, working up together from a walk-on and a, you know, fifth string quarterback, like, it was just messing around, having fun at first, and now here we are.
Easton, nothing's easy in football, but in this offense, relatively speaking, is it easy for receivers to have success, and if so, why?
It is definitely easy for receivers to have success. First, because we throw the ball so much. Second off, if you just know where you need to be and when you need to be there, you're going to be a good receiver for this offense. You have so much options and so many ways you can create a way to get open. So, like, you know, that's the main thing.
Easton, after your spring very successful, really good spring game, how have you built upon that over the summer months, whether it be working with teammates or getting even more comfortable in the offense? And what are you hoping to improve on the most as you head towards the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, this off season was a little different for me this year. Usually I'm the day we finish, I'm in the gym, getting to it. I got the best trainer in the country back home in Louisville, Kentucky, but you know, I'm 21 now, I'm getting a little older. I had to give the body a little bit more rest than usual. But then I still got it in, so that was good. And then the other thing, what I'm trying to build on the most right now, I would say through the first 3 days of camp, just finishing plays. You know, like I've been pretty frustrated with myself the first 3 days. Like, there's very routine plays that me and Caden make a lot of the times that I wasn't on the same page as him and he was on the right one. So yeah, that's the main thing for me that I want to get right for Maryland.
So I think a couple of the gentlemen in the room might not appreciate you and me as 21-year-olds saying that we're old, but so the other day you were nominated for the Horn Award, which highlights versatility in a player. Let's talk about that. Obviously, we know what you can do as a receiver. We know what you can do as a specialist. What is Easton Messer's game like?
Easton Messer's game is doing whatever he can do to help the team win. You know, Jabari was just up here talking about how everyone has a role. And I've been in almost every role that, like, a receiver room can have. I've been the freshman walk-on. I've been the scholarship kid who is on all 4 core special teams, doesn't really get many reps. Then I've been the number 4 receiver. Then, you know, now I think this year I'm, you know, 1, 2, whatever you want to call it. So I take pride in that. Whatever the coaches ask me to do, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and I think that's my game.
And last season, you had over 14 yards per catch. Just being able to now step into another role where you just mentioned you might be a 1 or 2, do you expect to even get more work put on you? And if that's so, you mentioned your training, you need to give yourself rest, but have you also thought about maybe I need to do a little bit more as well?
Yeah, I definitely am going to have a little bit more, but that's what I want. You know, that's why I decided to come here and play here, is because I know I can handle more than 52 catches and 700 yards. So, yeah, I mean, I will have to take a different approach to taking care of my body and stuff like that, but I've always been, in my opinion, very good at that. I have a pro mentality about it, so that's nothing I'll really have to get used to.
Coach McCarthy mentioned that he wants you to be more vocal. How are you working on stepping into that leadership role, being more vocal to the younger receivers?
Yeah, so I think I'm very vocal with everybody one-on-one. You know, like when something needs to be said on the field, or I can give them any tip or pointer on how to run this route or where Caden's expecting them to be, I give them that. I give them, like, you know, free game. I'm not keeping any secrets from them. Like, I want this team to be great, and I know Caden's counting on me to, like, relay those things at times. But like I said, I've always taken pride in, you know, just being the dude that kind of is quiet, puts his head down and works. So at the same time, like, I do have to be true to myself and, you know, focus on myself. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, all the guys are kind of that way. Platt, Jay-Sean Platt, great receiver, going to be huge for us this year, going to have a great year. He's the same way. Like, you know, we just put our head down and work, and that's just kind of who we are.
I feel like I'm getting better each day. Just trying to focus on one detail at a time, as far as speed, footwork, as far as my routes, how I get in and out my breaks. Trying to get out in 3 steps instead of 4 and 5. And all the guys in the room, I feel like each guy in the room can go out there and give you 100 receiving yards if they wanted to. It's all about trying to find your role in the offense and how you fit into this offense with Kittle.
You guys have also spent a lot of time on special teams. Is that something added to that workload for you guys, or are you enjoying that?
I feel like special teams is one of the most important phases of the game. So with Coach School, he's a real detailed guy, so we got to be real detailed on special teams.
Do you, you know, Coach Kitley, he wants to run 80, 90 plays a game. Is there an understanding in the room that, yeah, there's going to be plenty of opportunities, we're going to rotate in, we're going to throw the ball a lot, everybody's going to have their chance? Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about finding your role, like I said. So with these 80, 90 plays, we got to be in shape. Our strength coaches emphasize that because we know you're going to be going fast, so you got to stay in shape.
For yourself personally, you know, how much more comfortable do you feel fitting into the college game and understanding defenses than you did maybe a year ago at this time with the experience you got last year playing?
I think last year I was like playing a little, like I got too much stuff in my mind. I wasn't as prepared. But with Kitley, I feel like I'm learning way more. And with Coach DJ too, he teaches me way more than last year. So I think it's the game gonna slow down, and I gotta find my role within offense.
This time last year, everybody was saying when Jabari Smith gets on the field, he's going to make a play. You made a lot of those plays at the tail end of last year. How have you been able to really attack the offseason, carrying momentum through spring, through OTAs, and now through today, and then going into Maryland?
I think it's more about just finding where I fit in the offense first. You know, when I got in there last year, I kind of just had to just go in there and play because guys went down, injuries happened. So as far as getting better from the spring, I just got to keep going day by day.
And you mentioned trying to fit in with the offense, and like was just mentioned, your role last season, you near the tail end, you started picking up and doing well. With you being a returner and you wearing the blue and red, the Owl logo on you, how's that been being maybe seen as a little bit of a tenured veteran with the Owls for anyone else that was coming in new to the wide receiver room?
I mean, I kind of do feel like a vet, but I've only been here like 2 years. So I think with the older guys in the room, like JR, Quincy, and Easton, I can just kind of learn off what they do because I still feel like a young guy. But I know I'm gonna have to pick it up and coach the freshmen that came in.
When it comes to this offensive scheme, how would you describe your comfortability within it, and how do you feel that it's allowing you to showcase the full range of your abilities?
I feel like this offense is way more explosive than our last offense that we had last year. So 5 guys can have great stats. So you got to figure out a way to get in that 5 offenses. So I feel like just going slow, trying to learn every piece, understand the defense and what Kelly wants to do, it'll make it easier.
And then I want to piggyback off of that a little bit. Like if you close your eyes and you think about your most comfortability when you're playing, are you a guy that likes to carve up over the middle from the slot, or you a guy that likes to take the top off? Like how would you describe the perfect situation for you?
I think I'm better with the ball in my hands, just trying to find a way to get the ball, even quick passes, jet sweep, anything like that. Chris Carter emphasized everybody has a role, so you gotta find that role.
My transition was smooth. I feel like Coach McCarthy and Coach Carter, they know a lot about football. They've been coaching for over 50 years combined, so I just take what they say and just run with it, and yeah, that's about it.
Now, Coach McCarthy mentioned his relationship with your father. Did that play a role in your decision to come here?
Definitely. I've been knowing Coach McCarthy since, he's been knowing my father since I was about yay high. So, him and my father have a great connection. He recruited me out of high school, so I kind of always been knowing him. So, yeah, that influenced my decision.
Asaad, you were in a locker room with some pretty good wide receivers last year, to put it lightly. Obviously, those guys are going on to do some great things on Sundays, but what is some of the lessons that you learned from guys like Travis, LeJontay, Jimmy, Will?
I see how hard they work in practice. Seeing them work in practice is like seeing them work in the game. No plays off, they blocking hard, they doing all the extra things like getting in the cold tub, doing everything extra. So watching them boys, it kind of like set an example, especially LeJontay, because he came from FAU. He came to Colorado and put up big numbers. And seeing him work and seeing him do all that really inspired me.
When it comes to you in this offensive scheme, how have you felt you've been able to grow from the spring until now? What's been your favorite part of it, and what are you hoping to showcase within it as you head towards the regular season?
I'm really hoping to showcase my shiftiness, really my quickness, within the 5 to 10 yard range. That's where I feel like my game comes into play, moving around quickly and doing all that. And really what I'm working on is probably my deep field, my deep ball skills.
What's your level of comfort in this offense, A? And secondly, what would you say about the number of opportunities that are going to present themselves given the tempo that you run and how much Coach Kitley likes to throw the ball?
I'm very comfortable. Coach Kitley, he's a great offensive mind, a young head coach that could do it all. He really running 10 personnel a lot, so I'm out there a lot, getting a lot of reps. The routes and all that, he has me running kind of like quick game routes, so that I feel like that works into my advantage.
What's the role that, not just in the locker room, but also on the field? I just want to ask you basically 2 questions here. What's the role that you're taking to yourself in both those facets of being a teammate, but also individual?
I'm just learning right now. I'm still kind of a young guy, so dudes like Easton, JR, all those guys, they kind of inspire me, help me to keep going. I look at Easton as kind of like a leader. He's very vocal. He tells me what to do. If I'm running my routes a little wrong, he'll tell me fix it. And yeah, that's about it.
Asaad, Chris Carter, one of the best receivers of all time, he works a lot with the receivers. Is there anything he's coached you that's really stuck with you?
Definitely. He's in the Hall of Fame, so really what he says, you can't go wrong with it. So anything he tries to tell me or do it, I try to involve it in my game.
How do you keep from laughing when he says some of the things he says?
It's hard because he's a character for sure, but you just got to, focus up. That's really it.
So you had a limited role at your time in Colorado. Now you're coming in here. What can the FAU faithful, what can we expect out of Asaad heading into this year?
I'm a dog. I'm going to go get it. I feel like people got to watch out for me just off my quickness and all that. I just feel like it's going to be a good year for all of us, not even me. I feel like it's going to be a good year for the team.
Are you a guy that likes to play inside in the slot, carve up over the middle, or do you like to line up outside and take somebody deep?
I'm more of an inside guy. I feel like my short area quickness is going to work out for me here in this offense.
When it comes to you as a player, how do you define your mentality and how you approach everything? And has that grown since you've gotten to FAU and as you progress through practices to get to this point?
Definitely. You know, I've been in college for 3 years, so it takes a lot of maturity. Like, football isn't just about just playing ball. You got to mature. You got to be in the system. You got to take what their coaches are giving you. So, I mean, yeah, that's about it.
Let's talk even more in the past. Obviously, you're coming from one of the top high school programs in Central Florida. How did being in Apopka help really be able to set you up to succeed at the next level?
My brother really played at Apopka back in like 2009, so like, I've been around Apopka for my whole life. They always win, going to states, doing things of that nature. So like, really being around Apopka, it's hard football. Jalen Carter, I played on the same little league team as him. Like, it's just great football around there.
I don't know that this is it may be trivial, but you switched from 11 to 0 between the spring and the fall. What's behind that?
I really just wanted a single digit. That was about it. I mean, 11 is cool and all, but like 0, you see 0 on the field, you're gonna be like, who that guy is? Yes, sir.
So you got to play well if you're wearing 0.
Oh yeah, definitely.